What's up, everybody? Kyle Smith here, doing another Eliminator tournament. We're trying to win first place, which is $200,000 to first. It's $10 to enter. This is on Underdog. It's best ball format, so you don't have to set your lineup each week. The best top scoring players on your team are automatically inserted into your lineup. And the name to this game is Survival. The Eliminator, you play after week one, you got to finish. So in week one, you got to finish top 6 out of 12 in the pod. And then after that, each week, you're just going up against one other team until the final, week 17, where you go up against 3 teams, 2 other teams besides yourself. And I'm drafting from the 6th slot. I'll most likely be looking to take a running back. Maybe CMC, Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Genty. I do like having the bye week a little bit later with my first pick. Christian McCaffrey goes. I'm in between Jonathan Taylor and Ashton Genty. I've taken JSN a lot in these. I'm going to go Ashton Genty. I'm really high on Ashton Genty. I could see him going next year right with Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson as like the clear top 3 running backs in the league. He was in a really bad situation last year where he was consistently getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They changed coaches, they changed quarterbacks, and they upgraded the offensive line. I'm going to do research with you all right on the channel. We will learn together. And I look these up consistently, but there's so many teams I forget. But as you can see, they've launched a comprehensive offensive line overhaul. So they signed Tyler Litterbaum to a 3-year deal, interior guard, and they drafted some rookies. So yeah, definitely an upgrade to last year's offensive line for the Las Vegas Raiders. And as well with these, like just needing to survive week in and week out, because it's an eliminator, I do prefer to take a running back with my first pick. If I'm like pretty similar on guys, like I would have taken Chase and Puka over Ashton Genty, but like I said, I have a lot of JSN and I'm not as high on JSN as I am on Puka and Chase. Okay, I'm on the clock here. So I could take Drake London. I could take A.J. Brown. I'm going to lean A.J. Brown here. I actually took these first 2 picks on my last Eliminator team as well because I just like both of these players. I think A.J. Brown is going to have more consistency than Drake London just because of his quarterback. Like, there's too many question marks for me with the quarterback situation in Atlanta to take Drake London over A.J. Brown, especially in an eliminator where we're looking for floor. Like, sure, Drake London could go off a few games and, score 2-3 touchdowns but A.J. Brown, in my opinion, is just going to have that floor, which is what we're looking for in the eliminator. One thing to note is if you're drafting these eliminators, you need to be consistently looking at your bye weeks because you don't want guys, especially in your top couple picks, on the same bye week. Because all it takes is 1 week and you could get eliminated. I'm coming back on the clock. I could take Josh Allen, Devontae Smith, early tight end. But I went Trey McBride with this team last time, so I'm going to change it up. I am going to go Rashee Rice here. I think he's going to get peppered with targets. I don't love that he's got a early bye week, but that's okay. And I haven't taken him much in the Eliminator yet, and I think he's a good Eliminator player because of the target situation. Like I just think he's going to get peppered with targets because there's no other true wide receiver in that offense after him. That's why I think too Kenneth Walker could get a lot of looks in the passing game as well as the running game. You got Travis Kelce there, who's getting older. He is going to get some targets, and then you got Xavier Worthy, who showed some stuff his rookie year and was injured last year, but he's more of like a field stretcher. I don't think he's going to have like more than 7 targets in a game. Like Rashee Rice could realistically have like 10 targets a game. And I kind of want to pair this with another wide receiver and have like a hero running back type build almost. One guy I could have taken there was Josh Jacobs as well. I kind of want to get more of him in these Eliminator style formats because he's just proven to be a guy that's just consistent. He scores touchdowns. He's a workhorse in a pretty good offense. I'm going to take a eliminator ass pick in David Montgomery. He's in my opinion, a great pick for this type of format because he's going to get volume in the Houston offense. They're going to run the ball a lot because their defense is good. And I just see him having a decent floor because of the volume. So we're going with a pretty balanced build here so far. We went running back, wide receiver, running back. I really think Malik Neighbors should be going like in the 6th round in these Eliminator drafts because he's most likely going to be out for at least 4 weeks. And when he comes back, who knows how long it's going to take him to get up to his old form. So I just would not be taking him over any of these wide receivers or Lamar Jackson as well. This guy has yet to go running back. I'm between these two guys. I went Bucky Irving last time, so I'm going to go Colston Loveland this time. I'm high on the Bears offense, and I could see Colston Loveland. Like I would not be shocked if he was the tight end 1 for the year. He came on last year. He was getting peppered with targets at the end of the year. He's got a good quarterback. He's got a good coach. So I'm happy adding him to the squad. Sometimes the middle picks, you get falling value. So I do like drafting in the middle, but I think each part of the draft board has its own advantages and disadvantages. Like I do like going towards the end because you can get 2 elite running backs. Obviously the beginning because you get the best players, and then the middle I think you get the best value typically. So I'm coming up on the clock. I could look to take a quarterback here. I think I might wait on quarterback unless I want to pair Drake May up with AJ Brown. Yeah, I think I will. I really like this combo this year. I actually did this on my last Eliminator draft as well. I paired up Drake May and AJ Brown. It's just a duo that I want to be a part of this year. Drake May proved last year that he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They have a tougher schedule this year, so they should have to throw. They might have to throw even more. And AJ Brown is still in the prime of his career. He was on a team where he didn't like the system. It wasn't a good fit for him, and he was still putting up points. In my opinion, he is one of the best wide receiver talents in the league still. And I'm making that bet. You know what I mean? Like, I made the bet of AJ Brown is going to be good by taking him with my second pick. So I might as well take his quarterback at this point. I could take another quarterback here if I wanted to, like Dak. He's got a week 14 bye. I think I might go RJ Harvey here, though, because I went floor with my second running back. So I kind of want to go ceiling with my next running back. And RJ Harvey for me, like, people said he was inefficient last year, but he still scored 12 touchdowns. And we know J.K. Dobbins can't stay healthy. He's in a good offense. He's fast, he can catch passes. So I just like pairing him up with like a guy like David Montgomery who's got a floor, ceiling. Let's check the board. See if this guy took a running back yet. Okay, he did. He took the Jalen Warren, Rico Dowdle double stack in the Eliminator. So in week 9, this team could be in some trouble. But he does have some solid receivers. So this team, you can see how double running back, you can just go double running back and then kind of hammer out some wide receivers, which I think could be a good strategy this year, especially if you're drafting in the back half of the draft. This guy did something similar, took 2 running backs and then 2 quarterbacks and hammered wide receiver. I'm coming up on the clock, so let's check who we're going to take. I'm not going to overthink this. Trevor Lawrence, especially in the Eliminator because of his rushing upside, he's one of my favorite picks on the board. So I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence. He had 9 rushing touchdowns last year. It's his second year in the new offense with the new coach. And in my opinion, he's got probably the deepest wide receiver room in the league. He's got Jacoby Myers as his 3rd wide receiver. His 4th wide receiver was a number 1 overall draft pick a year ago. So it's a pick that I really like, especially in the Eliminator. So I'm going to be stopping at 2 quarterbacks for sure. Definitely need to start looking at some wide receivers, though. I could pair Jacoby Myers up with Trevor Lawrence. Okay, it's my pick. I'm going to just take the highest wide receiver on the board past ADP, which is Jordan Addison. And I do like Jordan Addison. I think he's a really good talent. Last year, no one in that offense did well, not even Justin Jefferson. And I think Kyler Murray could have a decent season. He can throw long touchdown passes, and Addison excels downfield, which is perfect for best ball. And to top it off, I have no one on a week 6 bye. So he fits perfectly into my team. We are off to a hot start. Update on my team. I got Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Ashton Genty, David Montgomery, RJ Harvey, AJ Brown, Rashee Rice, Jordan Addison, and Colston Loveland. So I'm coming back up on the clock. I definitely am going to take Wan'Dale Robinson here. He's got a week 9 bye, so he fits well into the team. And there's been reports that early on he was Cam Ward's favorite target, which isn't surprising. Wan'Dale Robinson has earned sufficient targets 2 years in a row at the New York Giants. Now he gets an upgraded offense with Tennessee and Cam Ward taking a step forward. I think he's going to be his security blanket. So in my opinion, he has a decent floor, and I'm pairing him up with Jordan Addison, who is more like boom or bust from week to week. Look to go another tight ends here. I do like Mark Andrews. I do like Travis Kelce, but I have Rashee Rice. But I still think I could do both. I think it's fine. I do have one player here specifically that I want that just went, so that's disappointing, but that's okay. We will make do. Could go Jaden Higgins and wait on a tight end. Yeah, I'm going to go Higgins here. He's definitely the wide receiver 2 in his offense, and I have David Montgomery as well, so they kind of balance each other out a little bit. For example, if Houston is losing, maybe David Montgomery doesn't get as many touches, but maybe Jaden Higgins gets more looks in the passing, and vice versa. If Houston is winning and is running the clock out, Jaden Higgins isn't going to be scoring points, but David Montgomery is going to be scoring points. And I especially like to do this stuff in the Eliminator because you just need to survive from week to week. You need your team not to bust because that's how you're going to get eliminated. Let's check the board. So I don't really like this guy's team. He's got good wide receivers, but if you're trying to win and you wait on running back and you have 4 running backs and 2 of them have buys in week 9 and then the next week 2 of them have buys in week 10, you're just asking too much from your team. You're most likely not going to be advancing past week 10. If you for some miracle advance in week 9, maybe 1 miracle, but 2 miracles, I don't think so. So that's an example of what not to do in the Eliminator. If you notice my bye weeks, they're all kind of spread out a bit. And I'm back on the clock. I'm going to take Keaton Mitchell here. He fits into my team well because none of my running backs have the same bye week. And I like the profile of Keaton Mitchell. Let's see how old he is. He's on a good offense. Mike McDaniel wanted him very badly. apparently he put wanted posters around. He's only 24 years old. And if anything happens to Hampton, Keaton Mitchell's going to be a league winner, in my opinion. Vidal is there, but I just, I mean, I, I like Vidal, but I just like Keaton Mitchell a little bit more. So I could pair Hunter Henry up here with my New England stacks. He gets sniped. I'm going to go Spears here. I continue to click him. I think I've clicked him on like the past 4 of my Eliminator teams. He definitely catches passes. And I believe in this Tennessee offense, like I said. I pair him up with Wan'Dale Robinson. I think Cam Ward takes a step forward this year. And he's going to be at least scoring some points. He's not a guy like, he's not a handcuff. He's a guy that's going to be getting work. Pollard is the running back in front of him who isn't like a workhorse type back. So he's going to be getting looks. Definitely need to look at some wide receivers here. I could take Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter for me is more of like a BBM pick because his floor is kind of like non-existent if he just plays defense all year. But I do have Trevor Lawrence. I don't have anyone on a week 7 bye. And he was a first overall pick. And I think too, like, this is the type of guy that, like, I have floor with my wide receivers. I have floor with my quarterbacks. I have floor with Ashton Jensen and David Montgomery. Like, I don't really need floor anymore. I need a guy who could possibly win me my week. Possibly win me my week when I go up against someone who also put up a bunch of points, and I need a long touchdown from my 6th wide receiver. So that's my thought process on why I take Travis Hunter sometimes in even the Eliminator. I don't care. Is because he could catch long touchdown passes from my quarterback. So definitely going to be looking to take a tight end soon. I'm one of 3 teams with only 1 tight end. We'll see if he takes a tight end. So me and the crazy 3 drafter who took a bunch of running backs on the same bye week are the only ones with 1 tight end, which doesn't make me feel great. But my tight end is Colston Loveland, so there's that. His is Chig. Let's see if he drafted 2 quarterbacks on the same bye week. No, he didn't. Shocking. Oh, he drafted another running back on a week 10 bye week. So right now, in week 10, he's got 3 running backs. One is Tyler Algier, and 2 are on the same team. All right, I'm on the clock. I'm looking to take a tight end. I could take a 3rd quarterback if I wanted to. I'm going to take AJ Barner, though. I think he scored like 7 touchdowns last year, if I'm correct. So I'm pretty high on AJ Barner. He also like randomly does the tush push, which is cool. I could think about taking another quarterback here if one falls, but I'm not going to force it because these 2 quarterbacks are like the 2 of my top quarterbacks in my rankings. Like, obviously, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. But even like Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, like, they didn't do great last year. They both got injuries last year. Jaden Daniels was injured last year. Jalen Hurts, there's a lot of turnover in that offense, and they're trying to like change their system. So Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, I mean, they both were kind of great last year. But yeah, I could take like Mendoza on this team and pair him up with Ashton Genty, which I don't mind. Let's see what other teams. Yeah, I might honestly. Let me look real quick. I could stick with two tight ends. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Just because I like one, I've never really done this that much. Two, I have Ashton Genty. And he doesn't have the same bye week as my other quarterbacks. So hopefully Mendoza is starting by week 7, and then I'll have two quarterbacks instead of one week 7, which could make or break me staying in the tournament or not. If Drake May has a bad game and Mendoza puts up like 20 points or 30, hopefully. Let's look at the squad. I do like Emmett Johnson as a prospect. I like Stribling as a prospect. Ray Davis is a league winner, in my opinion. I have 6 wide receivers. I'm confident in my running back, so I'm going to grab Stribling here. He is one of my favorite picks. Just because, one, I like his talent. 2, he's on a good offense. 3, he's on an offense with guys that are injury riddled. Like George Kittle is coming off an Achilles injury. Christian McCaffrey is getting older and has piled up the carries. Mike Evans is 33. Ricky Pearsall has been injured since he's gotten into the NFL. And Stribling is fast and good, in my opinion. So let's look at what structure we definitely could go another running back. We have one more pick. I probably will go another wide receiver. Yeah, I'm going to go another wide receiver. I could go Ted Hurst. He's got a week 10 bye. Could go Bateman. Could go Surratt. I'm going to go Hurst. I've been going Bateman and Surratt. More Surratt, actually, but I actually really like Ted Hurst's profile as well, especially for best ball. More specifically, the BBM, because I think he could catch long touchdown passes. And he's in an offense as well where every single receiver in that offense has had injuries the past like year. McMillan is coming off a serious neck injury. Ibuka was injured last year, and Chris Godwin has consistently been injured. So he's got a lot of outs as well, and he's also big and fast. So here's a recap of my team. I got Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Fernando Mendoza, Genty, David Montgomery, RJ Harvey, Keaton Mitchell, Spears, AJ Brown, Rashee Rice, Jordan Addison, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jaden Higgins, Travis Hunter, Stribling, and Ted Hurst. And then I went with 2 tight ends, which probably will be the deciding factor if this team is good or not is Colston Loveland and AJ Barner. So yeah, I really like this team. Let's see some of the other teams. So yeah, team 3 is no good. Quite a few teams went with just 2 quarterbacks. One team went with 4 quarterbacks who also has Josh Allen and 4 wide receivers. That's hilarious. And this is why I like doing these tournaments, is because you get entries like this who are just, they're done, like there's no way you can win. And I'm putting together roughly 150 teams that all look like this team, which is just a solid team in my opinion. So I'm super happy with it. Thanks for joining. I will see you guys on the next stream.